What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, and for today's WWE news video, I'm gonna be honest, there's not a whole lot to talk about, but there are some interesting things that are worth mentioning in this video, including the latest on WWE potentially bringing another released superstar back to WWE. Wonder who that could be. Wonder who. Cameron Grimes, heading over to the main roster soon? Wonder why. Wonder what's going on. And this first one that I'm going to be talking about is probably going to be the most interesting topic I've ever talked about on the channel. And that is that WWE Day 1 has been cancelled? Wonder why. But before we get started with the video, I do want to let you guys know that if you guys are new to this channel and you guys love the content and you guys want to see more in the future, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. Links will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. If you guys want to send fan mail, the info will be in the description as well. And also answer the question of the day, which is this. Who should be Cameron Grimes' first opponent if he goes to the main roster? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm very curious as to what you guys have to say, because I know that there are some people who are probably going to say that, that it should be someone like AJ Styles or should be Finn Balor or something like that. So I'm very curious as to what you guys have to say. So WWE Day 1, let's get straight into it. So Day 1 apparently has been canceled. Now you guys know that earlier this year we had WWE Day 1, and it was a rather interesting card, I'll say. It was a rather interesting card, because the card was a bit unique, to say the very least. So we had Big E, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, and Brock Lesnar in a fatal 5-way match for the WWE title. Now, originally it was supposed to have been Lesnar and Roman Reigns for the Universal title, but because of the fact that Reigns had COVID, it did not come to pass. And Lesnar said he was gonna walk out of Atlanta that night as a champion, and he walked out WWE champion. So it was unique, I'll say. And speaking of Big E, we had the Usos and the New Day for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, back when the titles were not unified, of course. Edge versus The Miz, Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan for the Raw Women's title, Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss, RK Bro and the Street Profits for the Raw Tag Team titles, Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title, which I believe that was scrapped. Yes. Yeah, apparently that matchup was scrapped, and it was scheduled to be on SmackDown that week, if I remember correctly. And then we had, of course, Cesaro and Ricochet against Ridge Holland and Sheamus of the Brawling Brutes. And that was on the kickoff show. It was rather interesting, I'll say. But I'm gonna be honest, that card was just interesting, you know. And apparently Brandon Thurston, and apparently, according to Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics on Post Wrestling, big shout out, no copyrights as always. I guess he stated that WWE Day 1 has been scrapped entirely. He said, quote, WWE Day 1. He said WWE's Day 1 premium live event isn't taking place, according to multiple sources. The event originally scheduled for January 1st, 2023 at at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta isn't being rescheduled or rebranded. There is no premium live event for WWE expected between Survivor Series and the Royal Rumble, which basically from the 26th of November to the 28th of January. So it's interesting because apparently Brian Alvarez of the I guess Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer also said basically said the same thing, and I guess for what we from what we know, apparently for this upcoming year's premium live event, as far as the 2023 year goes, it's going to be Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, and apparently King of the Ring. If you guys remember that one, apparently the King of the Ring event is going to be coming back, which is going to be pretty cool. Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, what was it? I think, if I remember correctly, I want to say it was, SummerSlam, the UK show, and then I think, I think Survivor Series will be the last one from what I remember, but apparently that's the new the new year. That's going to be 2023, which is interesting. And apparently the Elimination Chamber is going to be an annual event that will take place in Saudi Arabia, which is interesting, because you guys know that when it came to WWE's shows in Saudi Arabia, usually it's Crown Jewel and Super Showdown, or I guess now the Elimination Chamber, or I guess now the Elimination Chamber, which honestly I don't know that's a weird one. It's a weird one because when you think about it, I think this whole year we've had, let's see how many shows we've had this whole year. Let's see. Okay, so as far as this whole year goes, we've had, let's see here. One, two, three, and I don't think I'm gonna count the NXT shows. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the Survivor Series will be 12. Usually they're about 12 to about 13, maybe even 14 premium live events a year, depending on depending on what shows we have, so on what shows WWE has. But honestly, having King of the Ring come back is pretty awesome. And then just having these weird gimmick shows, like Day One and Hell in a Cell, and I think Crown Jewel is also going to be another one that's canceled. Honestly, I think it's the right move, because Hell in a Cell is supposed to be a match that only happens when the rivalry gets way too personal. So I'm curious about it. I'm curious about what WWE is going to do. What they're going to do exactly, but we'll see. But we will find out as time progresses. But we do got to shift gears to Cameron Grimes heading to the main roster. Is he going to be on the main roster? So according to PW Insider, big shout out, no copyrights as always, they noted that that Cameron Grimes was going to be on Raw this past Monday, which he was, and he chose he was looking for tag team partners to face off, to team up with against Schism's Joe Gacy and the Dyad. I think it was Jagger Reed and Rip Fowler, I believe it was their names. And guess who he chose? Yep, you guessed it. He chose the OC. And apparently this whole thing with Schism and Joe Gacy and whatnot, apparently people are saying that it's a possibility that it could be a part of the whole it could be a part of the whole storyline with with that rivalry, which is a possibility, but I don't think so. I think it's supposed to. I think he's ready for the main roster. Because Cameron Grimes, he's a former $1 Million champion. He's the last one, actually, funny enough. And he's also a former North American champion. So he's already done he's already done what he set out to do. Excuse me. So there's really no point there's really no point in having Grimes stay in NXT any longer. And it's interesting because over the last couple weeks, there's been some massive brand crossovers. Obviously with Sonya Deville, joining up with Toxic Attraction, with Roxanne Perez showing up on SmackDown, Cora Jade showing up on Raw, Rhea Ripley and the rest of Judgment Day going to NXT, Raquel Rodriguez and Shotzi going to NXT, Shinsuke Nakamura going to NXT, and of course too, Apollo Crews. Apparently now he's been signed to NXT, which he could stay a while, but who knows. But honestly, I think I think Cameron's time in NXT is up. I think his time is up, and he needs to just finish up his rivalry with Schism and just move on. Move on. Go to Raw, go to SmackDown, whichever brand he wants to go to, and just kick some ass there. I think he's done. I think he's done. And that, you know what? I did talk about the question of the day. I did ask it, but I'm gonna retract that question and give you this one. Should Cameron Grimes go to the main roster or stay in NXT? That's the new question of the day. Post in the comments. I'm very curious of what you guys have to say, but we do have to shift gears now, because the question is, who is the interesting superstar to come back to WWE? Who is it? Well, it's none other than Chelsea Green. So if you guys do not know who Chelsea Green is, she was a part of NXT for quite a while, before she competed in the Royal Rumble match. I think it was I think it was in last year's Rumble 2021, if I remember correctly. So she competed there. She jump shipped over to the main roster, evidently, and then she got released sometime later that year. And according to WrestleVotes, apparently Triple H has been interested in bringing her back. And if you guys don't know, if you guys do not know, Chelsea Green is actually married to former WWE superstar Zack Ryder, or I guess his real name, Matt Cardona. And they've been traveling the world, winning championships left and right. And apparently from what I'm reading here, she spent the majority of her time back in TNA Impact Wrestling, where she was one half of the Knockouts Tag Team Champions alongside longtime friend Deonna Purrazzo. That was up until the last big show that they did was called Bound for Glory. I guess they ended up dropping the titles, which I guess was a significant, which I guess it was a excuse me. I think it was just her way, them losing the titles. I guess it was her way of saying goodbye to TNA, and apparently there were reports that Mia Yim is supposed to be coming back to WWE as well. So should Chelsea Green come back? Honestly, I don't. That's hard. That's a hard one, because obviously she's a former. She's won championships all over the world. But the problem is that when she was in WWE, when she was a part of NXT, she let her ego get in the way of what really mattered, and that was winning championships and entertaining the fans. So I don't know. I think her coming back to WWE might be a big mistake, in my honest opinion. But only time will tell. We don't really know what will happen. But again, that brings me to the question of the day: should Cameron Grimes go to the main roster or stay in NXT? Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys want to see more WWE news videos, which get posted every Thursday and sometimes on weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all my social media. Links will be in the description below. And if you guys have fan mail you guys want to send me, all the info will be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.